We are leaving now the main branch of the Valley of the Kings and heading to the West Valley. Though located only about 2 kilometers from the Valley of the Kings, it's rarely visited. It's commonly known as the Valley of the Monkeys because of paintings of baboons in Ai's tomb. Heper Heperu Ai, which means everlasting are the manifestations of Ra, Ai, father of the god, reigned for only 3 or 4 years, 1323 till 1319 BCE, but his career had begun already during the reign of Amenhotep III. He was probably a son of a highly influential pair, Yuya and Tuya, who were associated with the royal family and held high offices.
The Tomb of Ai, another discovery of Giovanni Battista Belzoni.
He found it in 1816, but it was first excavated in 1908 by the future discoverer of Tutankhamun's tomb, Howard Carter. Most probably this was the tomb planned for Tutankhamun, situated close to the tomb of Amenhotep III. It was to convey the message that the Amarna heresy has been irrevocably abandoned. Thanks to inscriptions found in Ai's tomb in Amarna, we know that already during Akhenaton's reign, Ai was a supervisor of all the horses of His Majesty, a rank just below the one of general, a fan bearer on the right side of the king, which indicates a close relation with the pharaoh, royal scribe of the king, and divine father, which most likely means he was a tutor of Tutankhamun. 2 stairways and 2 sloping corridors lead to the small undecorated antechamber adjacent to the burial chamber we're now in. It's almost 6.5 meters long and 9 meters wide. In the focal point stands a red granite sarcophagus, almost identical with Tutankhamun's. The box was smashed into pieces almost right after the funeral. Its demolition was commissioned by Horemheb, Ai's successor, who consistently obliterated the traces of the rulers in any way connected with Amarna heresy, so that he would appear to be the immediate successor of Amenhotep III. The lid luckily was found intact under debris, standing upside down against the wall. 2 longer sides display winged discs, symbol of Horus, protector of kings. The corners of the sarcophagus are adorned exactly with the same 4 protective female deities as in Tutankhamun's tomb: Isis, Nephthys, Neith, and the scorpion goddess Serket. Under Tutankhamun, so only a few years after Akhenaton, Ai became the 2nd person in the state, a vizier. In a tandem with Horemheb, the commander of the army, he assisted Tutankhamun, who became a pharaoh at the age of 8 or 9, in the royal duties. Ai's succession to the throne is not entirely clear. Some sources say that despite his old age, Ai was appointed the next pharaoh due to the title given by Tutankhamun, eldest son of the king. Other sources say that the boy pharaoh proclaimed Horemheb his successor, giving him the title of the Deputy of the Lord of the Two Lands. The south wall features scenes and hieroglyphic texts from the Book of the Dead. It shows 2 divine barks of Ra used during his journey. Above the doorway to the small annex, quite an unusual representation of 4 sons of Horus. Not only all of them feature human faces, but they're also presented as deified Osirian kings, on the left of Upper and on the right of Lower Egypt. You've surely noticed that also the decoration in the tomb is almost identical with Tutankhamun's, not only its style but also the themes. The baboons are the best example. They're from the Book of the Hidden Chamber, which tells us about Re's journey during the 12 night hours. Hunting and fishing scene. We've seen many of these from the New Kingdom period, but always in the private tombs, never in the royal ones. It's unknown why this scene was chosen for the king's tomb, probably because of its symbolic meaning. Fighting the animals equals warding off evil, and taming the wild nature signifies the preservation of Maat, sacred order. The deceased with Osiris. Indeed, scenes in the tomb were correctly executed, the colors were properly used, but the artistic quality isn't at its best. Just please take a look at the nose of the god of the underworld. It's impossible not to notice that the images of Eye have been deliberately destroyed. Here, Hathor, representation of Royal Ka, and Goddess Nut are nicely preserved, whereas the face as well as dress of the tomb's owner are completely gone. This is also the work of Horemheb. Horemheb was the last ruler of the 18th dynasty. As commander of the Egyptian army, he presumably seized power by force after Eye's death. Perhaps he married the last surviving member of the royal family, Tutankhamun's widow, Ankhesenamun, of course against her will as he was of common birth. We know that she tried to save the dynasty by seeking to marry the Hittite prince Zananza, who was probably killed by Horemheb on his way to Egypt, as Horemheb certainly didn't want to serve under the Hittite pharaoh. He built his career by fighting the Hittites to maintain Egyptian territories in Syria. He ruled for about 14 years, but didn't leave an heir. On his successor, he appointed his vizier, Paramessu, who, as Ramesses I, started the new 19th dynasty, which eventually restored the former might of Egypt. If you're interested, I link below an episode about tombs of the 19th dynasty. Enjoy! Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please tap the subscribe button and let my channel grow by liking, commenting and sharing my content with your friends.